Hello everyone, my name is Sahana. I am working as Assistant Professor in Audiology at All India Institute of Speech and Hearing, Mysuru. Welcome to this exciting journey inside the human ear. Have you ever wondered how we are able to understand someone is calling us, hear music, hear traffic or listen to stories? It's all thanks to our sense of hearing. Today we are going to explore how the sound around us is going to travel inside the ear into the brain and how we can make sense of it. Get ready to discover the magic of hearing in a way that is easy to understand and fun to learn. Let's start with a part of the ear that we can see. This is called the outer ear. It acts like a little satellite dish. Its shape helps catch sound waves in the air. These are the invisible waves created whenever something makes noise, like someone clapping or birds singing. Once these sound waves are caught, they travel through a short tunnel inside your ear. This tunnel leads the sound deeper towards the middle part of the ear. At the end of this tunnel is the thin skin called the eardrum. Think of it like a small tight drum. When sound waves reaches it, the drum starts to vibrate just like you tap a real drum. Right behind the eardrum, there are three tiniest bones which are interconnected to each other. Imagine a row of small levers tapping to each other. The vibrations from the eardrum is passed on to this team of sound workers, making the vibrations stronger and clearer. So, this middle ear acts like a volume booster. This extra boost is important so that even the soft and the distant sounds do not get missed, because the next part of the journey is inner ear, which is fluid filled. The sound needs to be loud enough to make the things move in there. Now comes the amazing part of the ear, that is the inner ear. Inside this, there is a spiral shaped part that looks like a snail shell. It is filled with a special fluid and lined by tiny hair-like sensors. When the sound vibrations come into the spiral, they make the fluid inside move. When the fluid moves, the little sensors also move. That's how the ear knows something is happening. But here is the real magic. These tiny movements are then changed into electrical messages, and these messages are what the brain understands as sound. Next is the auditory nerve. Once the inner ear creates the electrical messages, this auditory nerve takes the electrical messages to the next structure. The auditory nerve acts like a telephone wire to the central auditory nervous system. For example, let us consider someone is ringing the bell. The outer ear is going to catch the sound and the middle ear is going to boost the sound, and inner ear turns this sound into electrical messages, and further this electrical messages is carried to the next structure by this auditory nerve. Without this wire, the brain wouldn't know what ears are hearing. It would be like owning a TV without a cable, screen and no picture. Finally, the sound reaches the brain, the control center. Here, the brain acts like a supercomputer. It decodes the message, figures out what the sound is and tells you what to do. For example, if it hears someone is calling you, it tells you to turn around. If it hears music, it helps you to enjoy them. If it hears a siren, it alerts you to stay safe. The brain doesn't just identify sounds, it also connects to emotions, memories and meaning. So far we have learned that the ear is going to help us hear, but do you also know the ear is going to help us stay balanced? Yes, you heard me right. Let us say you are walking on a narrow path, riding a bicycle or even turning your head to look behind you. Your ears play a huge role in helping you stay balanced. Inside your inner ear, right next to the part that hears sound, you have the balance system. This is a special system filled with tiny loops and fluid. These loops are shaped a bit like circles and they are super sensitive to movement. So whenever you move your head left, right, up or down, the fluid inside these loops also moves. That movement tells your brain which way your head is going. It's like a built-in balance detector. There are also tiny structures that sense gravity. They help you whether you are standing, lying down or tilting your head. Together, these parts send messages to your brain saying you are turning or you are tilting forward or you are standing still. And your brain uses these information along with what your eyes see and what your muscles feel to help you keep your balance. This is why when you are spinning quickly, you might feel dizzy. That's because the fluid inside the loop keeps moving for a while even after you have stopped. Let's have a quick recap. The outer ear catches the sound like a satellite dish. Middle ear is going to boost the sound. Inner ear turns these signals into electrical messages. The auditory nerve takes the electrical messages to the brain. Not to forget, the inner ear also help you to stay balanced. Thank you for joining through this wonderful trip through the ears. Keep learning, keep listening and see you in the next session.